Tony Khan, I know you have a figure fed. I want you to take your favorite Ryback figure and your favorite Braun Strowman figure and book that shit for Rampage or Dark, baby.
Yeah, he's
1, 2, 3.
Ready. Newsstand versus Newsletter embarks on a journey of a classic wrestling year. Were the PWI readers accurate with their assessment of talent? Were the Wrestling Observer Newsletter subscribers more right than wrong? Join longtime friends Scotty and Andrew as they talk about Newsstand versus Newsletter.
welcome to another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. I'm your host, the future Hall of Famer Scotty B. Put my co-host in here, Andrew. No last name needed unless you know on Facebook. Which Andrew has his Facebook a little bit on lockdown these days. He was saying to our people. So let's jump right into it, baby. First off, let's not jump right in. Let's talk about AEW real quick about that show tonight. Because how fucking awesome was that?
Let's do it airing forever, Scotty. Come on.
It doesn't matter. If whenever it airs, watch the show again. Because did you not think that was a kick-ass show?
It was good, yeah. But
Moxley.
I mean, they're all good. I think they're better than Raw myself. But I mean, what do I know about pro?
Do you know an average Dynamite would be like the best Raw ever? So favorite match of the night tonight. What was it?
Oh, Yuta and Danielson.
Fuck, that was great. The spit in the face was amazing. Like, it was really fucking good. And I mean, the main event was good with Darby Allin. That was a decent match. Moxley, who would Mox wrestle again?
Jay Lethal.
Like, that was really good. Like, they got it going, man. Like, while we're recording this, Mania's this weekend, and who gives a fuck?
And a good opening rap too by
What's that?
And a good opening rap by Max Caster.
Oh, the problem I have with him is I find they're a little too much like New Day with the end part. They got to stop that. That end part kind of bothers me. It's New Day-ish. But anyway, regardless, great show, easy watch. I mean, they got it going on, man. And I know you WWE fans. The three people that are watching this, if one of these is a WWE fan, I'll tell you, man. Comment below your argument how they're better than the AEW. And don't let anyone respond because you'll probably never come back. You're not coming back. You're not coming back anyway. Let's be honest. So, all right, 2012. What was Andrew? No last name needed doing.
2012. It was my first time ever on employment insurance.
Oh yeah.
And I remember at the time not knowing how to play the system. And I had my vices, I was a bad boy at that time. And so I was doing what I had to do, but I was also looking for work. I wasn't enjoying doing nothing.
You gotta enjoy it, man. You gotta enjoy it.
That's the thing. I was so ignorant to the whole process and so fearful because in the past I interviewed so poorly that I felt like I couldn't give myself any leeway. I had to do a bunch of interviews in order to get hired.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessarily the case. And so I wound up getting the job too soon. I still had time left on my EI, so I was a rookie mistake.
It is a rookie mistake. I'm not a rookie in that situation, brother. I know what the sick weeks, and I know how to play that system. Yeah. Sorry if any government agencies are watching us. Everyone uses sick weeks, so don't just blame me. Everyone fucking uses it. I'll get you a note. So that's going on. What else is going on?
It was my first single year in a long time, Scott. Mm-hmm. Because I have, me, I like one monkey swinging to a vine, and you got to have another vine in sight. So it would just be like relationship. So I had let's put it this way. When you're in a relationship and you're on EI, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, because you get the two incomes.
Well, yeah, and also who you're trying to impress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But good luck dating when you're not working because it's not the second question that they ask. It's right up there.
It's like on what is it? Oh my God, Semi-Pro. Remember the guy that's shooting the ball? What are you doing right now? Nothing. Just laying low. That's the just laying low.
Just laying low. What about you? What were you doing in 2012?
I was working at a cell phone company. I went from a really bad one to a really good one. So that was pretty. I remember when I went to this one, I interviewed for it. It took them forever to give me the job. It was only a month and a half. And I remember they say, okay, we'll send you away for work. And I'm like, oh, do I pay for it? They're like, well, no. I'm like, whoa. Because the last place they make us pay for it. So, just that relationship did up. I was the bad boy version was gone. 11 was the last year of being a real crazy person.
Really?
Until I went there for one weekend, and we won't get into that because that's not going to talk about on the air.
Yeah.
But I kind of calmed down. Got a girlfriend that made me calm down. So that's that. So it was 2012, and I had an apartment. With two other guys.
Yeah.
It was a big 2-bedroom, but the living room was so big that was like another room, and we had like the kitchen and the dining room. The dining room was the living room, and it had a jacuzzi tub in the apartment, in the bathroom. Well, one of the roommates didn't know any different. He thought that, a jacuzzi tub, you get in and then you turn the jets on.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. He got in supposedly while the jets were on and just fucking flooded the whole bathroom. But there was alcohol and drugs being related to that. But anyway, that's that. That's 2012. So let's jump into the pro wrestling. 2012, Jerry Lawler almost dies on Raw. That's a big one. Is your window open right now?
No, why?
I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Are you sure?
Positive. Let me just double check.
You got a fan going or anything back there?
No. It was ajar a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a bit better. It's
Okay.
weird. I'll have to take the background noise out. I can hear it. It's really loud.
No. Everything's closed.
Can you hear it? We'll have to edit this out. Can you hear the echo? It's almost like
everything's fine on my end.
it's like a buzzing noise.
Yeah, outside. There's a helicopter.
What? Why is there a helicopter outside your house?
I don't know.
What did you do now? Sorry, I'll edit it out. I'll take it out. I'll just edit out the background noise. Okay, so that's me waving to myself. Okay, so we're gonna go to Wrestle 2012. Jerry Lawler almost dies on Raw. I'm not watching it live. You said you were watching it live. I remember hearing about it and being like, but then I had to turn it on for curiosity reasons. That's it. Punk has a good year, I think. Punk has a really good year. He's champion the whole year. TNA's TNA. They're shit. It's not a great year, man. It's really not, but whatever. We have to cover it. That's the way it goes. So let's jump into it. We're going to start right away with Rookie of the Year. Who goes first?
I'll guess first this time. We'll alternate.
Okay.
Was it Jason Jordan?
It was this guy. I can't pronounce his name. It is. Where's it at? Denista? Triple A. Does that ring a bell? Denista? I don't know. He's from Mexico. He wins it with. I got a bunch of things open here. Give me a second. 1,500 votes. Mr. Touchdown. That's a fucking weird name. Mr. Touchdown wins his second. He's second. Kibashi is third. ACH is fourth. And Ross and Marshall Von Erich are fifth. That's mine. For you, oh my god, dude. I don't have any clue in the world. Not a clue. I'll go with the Von Erichs.
It is Vita Scott.
Yeah.
Vita Scott, who I remember vividly when I first got into Ring of Honor. She was one of the managers in the promotion. She wins it with 31%. And I shouldn't say first got into it, got back into it. But anywho, first runner-up is the Big O with 22%. Second runner-up is Jason Jordan with 18%. Third runner-up is Bambi Hall with 12%. And honorable mentions totaling 17% include Garrett Bischoff, Barrett Brown, Cody Hall, Satcherin, and Leah Von Dutch.
What a bad rookie class, man. I don't even know. I mean, I have no idea. I can't even pick, man.
You know Jason Jordan. He was one half.
I know that, but I'm saying for the people who won PWI and Russ Observer, I don't know either one of them. I've never seen either one of them, so I can't pick either one. I can't do it.
Okay, well, for me, I'm going to go PWI. I know Vita. I'm not familiar with.
Hold on here. Andrew, PWI, Scott. Okay. All right, let's jump into most improved. Again, who the fuck knows? Seriously, this is going to be so bad because I don't know anybody. But I'll go with Adam Cole.
It is your boy, Ryback. He wins
That's
most improved wrestler of the year with
oh god, that's horrible.
22% of the vote.
22% of people don't know anything about wrestling. I'll tell you that right now.
First runner-up is Miss Tessmacher with 20%. Second runner-up is Michael Elgin with 17%. And third runner-up is Adam Cole with 5%. Honorable mentions totaling 36% include Austin Aries, Zima Ion, Tyson Kidd, Layla, Titus O'Neil, Robbie E., Sin Cara, Heath Slater, and El Terrible.
Okay. Guess mine. I don't think I'll tell you that. You've been doing this long enough. I can just not say guess mine. You can just do it.
Man, that is tough. Most improved in 2012. Was it Adam Cole?
Okada. Yeah. Gets it. Let's see here. Runner-ups, Michael Elgin, Rush, Damian Sandow, Bully Ray, Adam Cole, Carl Anderson, Titus O'Neil, Dolph Ziggler, and Frankie Kazarian. So I'll go with Okada because I've seen some of Okada stuff. I'm picking him. I don't know how about yourself.
Over your boy Ryback. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, anyone. Fuck, Ryback is garbage. I'm guessing you're picking WO?
I'm going to pick Okada.
I know you're a big Ryback guy.
Yeah, I'm not as big as you. I know you always would say Ryback and Braun Strowman was your dream match. And
yeah.
You always kick rocks and be pissed that it never happened. Well,
I know. I'm still pissed. Let's go
Tony
to.
Khan, you heard it here.
What's that?
Tony Khan, I know you have a figure fed. I want you to take your favorite Ryback figure and your favorite Braun Strowman figure and book that shit for Rampage or Dark, baby.
Yeah, he's watching us right now. If he is, fuck, man. Like, you want to help us out a little bit over here? The fridge is getting light of food, Tony. Hook a brother up, man. I'll take a DoorDash. No, I won't. Actually, don't. Give me a skip the dishes. Yeah. Fucking coupon. I don't want anything to do with DoorDash. They suck. And they do suck. I'll tell that story in a couple seconds. Actually, I'll tell it now because I don't care. We got a minute. I'm going to tell you now. People, and I want to know in the comments how you feel with DoorDash. Because what happened to me with DoorDash is Andrew's gone. It's you. You're the one that's got that noise in the background because you cut out and it went away. But anyway.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Regardless, I ordered DoorDash 3 different times. The first time, McDonald's. Food gets here, ice cold. Fucking shit. And I let it go. I'm like, hey, you know what? I mean, these things happen. Second time, shame on me. Ordered, frozen. Nothing. I'm like, and they're fighting this shit.
Shame on you from the get-go for ordering McDonald's off DoorDash. Like, you can get out of here.
Oh, you know what? I got McDonald's all around me, for fuck's sakes, Mr. Andrew.
McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's in an age.
Oh, whatever. But either don't order DoorDash. It's garbage. Let's go to the next award. Inspirational wrestler for you. Most disgusting tactic. For myself, I want you to guess what the World Wrestling Entertainment did this year for the piss people off.
Is this Cayman, the breast cancer awareness thing?
No. This is Punk and Lawler. Making fun of Lawler's heart attack, showing him on TV basically dead, which they did. They showed him on that's fucked up, man. Like, and the fake heart attack promo. Did he fake a heart attack after that? Lawler?
If he did, I don't remember.
Oh my god, that's disgusting, man. No pun intended.
I was watching this stuff.
Yeah.
I never have any urge to go back and revisit 2012. There's never been a part of me that says, "Oh, I really want to watch some Raws from 2012 or SmackDown or main
it's
event."
garbage. It's trash, man. It's fucking trash. Number 2, Extreme Rising uses Sabu's overdose and passing out while advertising his return to the promotion. Classy. UFC handling Jeremy Stevenson's arrest, try to bail him out and still have him fight on the show while he's stuck in jail that afternoon. UFC guys getting arrested? Seriously? I never heard of that happening before. Hasn't happened in 3 days. Number 4, Linda McMahon's Senate campaign, how WWE handled it. That wasn't that bad. I mean, but the other 3 were pretty shitty. I mean, that's just how WWE works. The guy has a heart attack, we make it an angle. Like AEW, someone gets sick, okay, get healthy and come back. Because we worry about wrestling, not these fucking dummies. Inspirational Wrestler of the Year? I don't know. Jerry Lawler.
Absolutely, sir. The King, Jerry Lawler, wins Inspirational Wrestler of the Year with an astounding 27% of the vote. First runner-up is Austin Aries with 11%. Second runner-up is Sean Daivari with 8%. Third runner-up is John Cena with 7%. And honorable mentions totaling 47% include Sarah Del Rey, Jeff Hardy, Layla, Jay Lethal, Ryback, Sheamus, and The Undertaker.
Fantastic. All right. That's that. Okay. So, yeah, fuck that, man. 2012 sucks, dude. No offense to anyone that's watching this. It's just fucking shit. Like, oh man, we shouldn't have burned through the May one so quick.
I told ya.
We did. All right.
You needed to mix in so that it wasn't so lopsided on the other end with the bad years. You want to have some good to look forward to. We've got no good.
We have 02 coming up. 02's not that bad.
When my shirt gets here.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay, next award. Best woman for you, best non-wrestler for me. Woman for you, 2012. I don't know, man.
Come on.
I don't know. Lita.
AJ Lee wins Woman of the Year, not a retired wrestler.
Who the hell knows? It's 2012. I don't know. She probably came back once that year to wrestle. For fuck's sakes.
She wins it with 46% of the vote. First runner-up is Gail Kim with 14%. Second runner-up is Eve Torres with 11%. Third runner-up is Sarah Del Rey with 6%. And honorable mentions totaling 45% include Dixie Carter, Cheerleader Melissa, Vicky Guerrero, Jessica Havoc, Kelly Kelly, Soraya Knight, also known as Paige, Layla, and Tara, also known as Victoria.
Question for you. Yeah, somehow you get a chance to have one evening with any pro wrestling lady from any time frame, like from when they were you don't get it yet? Who do you pick?
All time?
All time.
Woman.
Kimono for me. Oh yeah. Was she with WCW, man? That made me watch that fucking shit for her, man. She is smoking hot. Whatever happened to her? It's too bad. I used to get her and Gail Kim mixed up. I'm not saying that racist way. I just thought it was the same person for a bit. All right. We got for me that's best non-wrestler for me.
$2012. Oof. I remember. Was it Heyman?
That it was. Mr. Paul Heyman wins it. Let's go look at the rest of it. We have him winning it. Rodrigo Rodriguez is second. Vicky Guerrero, AJ Gato, John Laurinaitis, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Nigel McGuinness, and Jim Cornette. And that is that one. So let's hop into
Jim Cornette getting votes is like Captain Lou Albano getting votes. As long as he's alive, he's going to get some smattering.
He'll get the one he's dead. He's fucking dead. Don't slowly get into him. Oh my goodness. Most popular wrestler for you, most underrated for me.
Who's going first?
You go first for me.
Oh, the most underrated?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Cesaro.
Tyson Kidd.
Oh, okay.
Tyson Kidd wins it with 1,600 votes. Dolph Ziggler second. Daniel Bryan. Jack Swagger. Fuck, why is Jack Swagger in that list? Drew McIntyre, Sin Cara, Justin Gabriel. They're a bunch of idiots. Most popular wrestler for you, 2012. I'll go with Mr. John Cena.
You're right, sir. John Cena wins most popular wrestler of the year with 29% of the vote. First runner-up is Sheamus with 20%.
Biggest ass kisser of the year.
Second runner-up is Randy Orton with 18%. Third runner-up is Jeff Hardy with 17%. And honorable mentions totaling 16% include Austin Aries, Brodus Clay, Jerry Lawler, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio Jr., Sin Cara, Michael Elgin, Kane, Kevin Steen, Sting, and James Storm.
So every guy in the fucking rap.
Every wrestler you think of, man, they got a vote.
All right, so next one before I fucked up, kind of. Okay, next one before the halftime. We're going to go Feud of the Year. For you, CM Punk and Cena.
Aces and Eights versus TNA wins Feud of the Year with 24% of the vote. First runner-up is John Cena versus The Rock with 17%.
Oh, yeah.
Second runner-up is CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan with 12%. Third runner-up is Adam Pearce versus Colt Cabana with 9%. And honorable mentions totaling 38% include Alberto Del Rio versus Randy Orton, The Big Show versus Sheamus, Christian versus Cody Rhodes, CM Punk versus John Cena, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, Kane versus Daniel Bryan, Mercedes Martinez versus Lufisto, Kevin Steen versus Jim Cornette, Kevin Steen versus Davey Richards, James Storm versus Bobby Roode, AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels, and Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. A lot of feuds.
Yeah. I was going to say something. I remember that Daniel Bryan Kane one wasn't that bad. It was like the matches were shit, but the whole the little gimmick with the therapist was slightly funny. Yeah. It was Brian's really good on the mic. So it's time to guess my Feud of the Year.
Was it Cena versus The Rock?
Okada versus I can't pronounce his last name again.
Tanahashi,
yes. That wins it. And I fucked that up for later, which I'm pissed about. Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen second. The Rock and Cena. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Ronda Rousey and Missy Tate. John Cena and CM Punk. Blue Panther and Negro Casas. John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Yuji the God and Stack of Arms. And Bobby Roode and James Storm. So I'm going to go... What was your Feud of the Year again? I'm already blanked out.
Aces and Eights.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'll go with the cause. I like Okada, so I'll go with the Observer on that one.
Okay. I'm gonna go Aces and Eights versus TNA as a weird one because I was watching it at the time, whereas with Okada and Tanahashi, it was after the fact on the New Japan show that's on Fight TV, and I never really cared for either of them, to be honest with you, Tanahashi or Okada.
I like Okada. All right.
And Aces and Eights versus TNA gave us Joseph Park. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Joseph Park.
Whatever it is now, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a long day there. I got to yawn. Okay, let's jump into the halftime show. We're going to jump into sports. That's the first start. We'll get that real quick. NFL, the draft was held April 26th, 28th. Andrew Luck was selected first overall by the Indianapolis Colts. Kind of didn't work out because he retired really early. Worst records with an S.
Was it Cardinals and Jets?
Kansas City and Jacksonville. Because I remember being pissed that Kansas City didn't get Luck because we got Eric Fisher the next year, which ended up being half decent, nothing great. Best records with an S.
Patriots and Packers.
Atlanta and Denver. Ravens beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I remember that was when the blackout happened. It was pretty funny. Most valuable player, Adrian Peterson from your Minnesota Vikings. He also got Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player is J.J. Watt. Coach of the Year, Bruce Arians, who just retired tonight.
Yep.
This is funny. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Robert Griffin III. That didn't work out. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Luke Kuechly. Kind of didn't work out either. He retired early. Comeback Player of the Year, Peyton Manning. Blah, 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 blah. Pepsi Rookie of the Year, Russell Wilson. That's kind of funny. And Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco. That's, yeah.
Elite.
All right.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah. MLB, worst and best record.
I want to say Baltimore, worst record, and Cardinals, best.
Nationals, best record, 98 and 64. Worst record, the Astros, 55 and 107 losses. The Giants beat the Tigers 4-0 in the World Series. Rookie of the Year, Bryce Harper for National League. American League, Mike Trout. Cy Young, R.A. Dickey for the Mets. David Price for Tampa. He couldn't do shit in the playoffs. Manager of the Year, Davey Johnson for Washington. Bob Melvin for Oakland. Most valuable player for National League, Buster Posey. In the American League, Miguel Cabrera. You are so echoey back there. Mute yourself. Oh my God, it's so you, dude. Go ahead, take it off. It's so on your end. Oh, there's just a lot of electric energy in your area due to the fact you're in a big apartment building. Maybe it's causing it.
I don't know.
Oh, whatever. Okay. NBA best records with an S.
Spurs and Heat.
You got one right. Spurs and Bulls, 50 and 16 because there was a strike that year. Worst record.
Nets.
Bobcats 7 and 59. Bad year. Yeah, that's a real bad year.
I didn't make double digits.
Jesus. Miami beat my Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals. And last but least, no, I'm just kidding. NHL, best and worst record.
Best record, is it Vancouver? And worst record, Ottawa?
Vancouver, you're right, 51-22-9. Worst record, Columbus, 29-46-7. Kings beat the Devils in the finals, 4-2. And one more before we go to the next one. It's going to be top shows, blah, blah, blah of the year. Top TV shows. Number 5, American Idol Thursday. Number 4, American Idol Wednesday. Number 3, Dancing with the Stars. Number 2, NCIS. And number 1, Sunday Night Football. So I only watched one of them shows. The rest of them can suck it. Music. Number 5, your favorite album of all time, Take Me Home, One Direction.
Yep.
Born to Die, Lana Del Rey. Ed Sheeran gets the second one. I don't know the name of the album. Adele 21 is 2. And our version of Events, I don't know who the fuck that is, number 1. And last but least, movies. Number 5, The Twilight Saga Breakdown Part 2, who cares? Number 4, Skyfall, who cares? Number 3, The Hunger Games, who cares? Number 2, Dark Knight Rises, I did watch that and didn't mind it. And number 1, The Avengers.
Yeah.
So pop culture sucks in 2012.
It's a good thing we weren't doing this during the good years. We would have had a lot more fun.
I know, well, I like the message. Okay, so our halftime show is now, it's different for me compared to Andrew because Andrew's been to a lot of house shows. You are echoing so bad, man. It's like in my ear.
Why don't you take your headphones off and just... I don't know why you need your headphones on.
You can still hear it. It's like really bad.
What do you want to do? Because I hear myself now.
Well, it's okay. I'll just have to edit out the background noise. It's just going to be more work I got to do. But whatever. It's fine. Okay. Halftime show. House shows or events we've attended. Andrew's going to a lot more. So, Andrew, I'll let you do give us one Grand Prix that you remember, a few WWEs, whatever. So we'll start with, you went to the earlier one that I did. What's the first house show you went to? What year?
I believe it was 87. It might have been 86. I think it was 87. It was with my my Uncle Joe and my Aunt Shirley. They took me to go see Grand Prix at the LBR, and the advertised matches that were in the Telegraph Journal, which was our local newspaper, was not the matches or the order that happened. And that confused my 7-year-old brain because I went in thinking, okay, we've got a main event of a tag match. Leo Burke and the Cuban Assassin against the Spoiler and Nikita Karmelkov, which was the Grand Prix Russian, because everybody needed a Russian in the 80s.
Yeah.
And instead, they were 2 singles matches with Burke and Spoiler in the main event as a single. And I just had a great time. I remember Cuban Assassin wrestling, like brawling into the crowd up into the bleachers where we were.
Yeah.
And that was super fun. And then later on, I would watch it with my mom. And I remember bringing my friend John along to a show because I was such a big fan in 89, 91, going multiple times, seeing the different undercard guys. Nobody that really amounted to anything at that time. I actually saw more wrestlers in their formative years here in BC than in New Brunswick.
Well, we seen Nancy Christian in 98. Was it 98? 97, yeah. I remember that, the LBR, yeah.
Yep, that had Rick Martel and Don Casablancas, who was Don Callis. It also had Bad News Allen match against Todd McPhee, I believe, an old Grand Prix wrestler, preliminary guy. I saw Kurgan when he was the Acadian Giant. That would have been
I forgot the most important one house I went to, but you go ahead. Go ahead with that.
So I saw some Grand Prix shows, and then I saw my first WWF house show in August of 1990. Saw it in Montreal at the Forum. We had box seats, and I remember
living the life over here with the box seats.
Living the life, and I remember getting a crowd chant started for Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. Just Jumpin' Jim, Jumpin' Jim, and eventually the Forum, it caught on. And my cousin Tammy, who I went with, because it was me and my mom, along with my cousin, my aunt Sandra, and her daughter, my cousin Tammy, and her brother David, and Tammy during the main event, which was Sherry and Randy Savage against Sapphire and Dusty Rhodes, with Brother Love as the special referee, and Elizabeth in Dusty and Sapphire's corner. She started a "Scary Sherry, why are you so hairy?" chant. So that was fun, and that's the thing about house shows. It's for the kids, like the kids that are having fun.
I see that.
I don't want to dominate and talk too much about the house shows I went to. I remember the first one I went to in St. John. It was in May of '93. It's headlined by Undertaker versus Yokozuna. And the thing that stood out for me on that card was the opening match. Terrific Terry Taylor against Typhoon in an alliteration match of anyone's dreams. And Terry Taylor was just mouthing off with the crowd. Somebody said, "You suck." And then he replied, "Well, your mom taught me how." And I thought that's great because you didn't get that on Superstars or Challenge or Cavalcade or Maple Leaf. It was a little more grimier, and I appreciated that. I didn't see my first televised show until a few weeks before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I saw some ECCW shows here in Vancouver where I saw a young Rebecca Lynch, Becky Lynch, as we all know her now, back in 06, against a great worker, Nicole Matthews, who still wrestles here. Saw her the last house show I went to, which was December 2nd, 2021. And I'm actually going to be getting tickets soon for one at the Commodore Theater. It's a lucha show put on by New, and I'm excited because I am a La Parca fan for anybody out there listening. And
he didn't get this far. He's gone.
In the year that we're doing, 2012, it was my first full year back being into professional wrestling after the whole Benoit incident, because I came back midway through 11, and I went to see a show at the Pacific Coliseum, and it was headlined by Daniel Bryan versus The Big Show. And Daniel Bryan proceeded to take like 10 minutes on the mic saying, if I can just be serious for a minute, or I have something very important to say. If everyone just be quiet, I have something important to say. And he would just keep that going, and it actually went viral. And that was my only like viral moment, including a televised show that I went to.
Let's see how it's bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'll hop into mine real quick. Mine's less entertaining. My first house show was in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada, December 3rd, 1988. I probably went to the Grand Prix. I can't remember. Quickly, the card. Tito Santana fought Greg the Hammer Valentine to a draw. Virgil defeated Buddy Lane, who has passed away, unfortunately.
No, Buddy Wayne.
Buddy Wayne, I'm sorry. Raymond Rougeau won an 18-man battle royal, last eliminating Jim Duggan after Jacques Rougeau interfered. Due to pre-match stipulations, Raymond earned a world title shot at the end of the night.
I would have loved to have been to this show.
All the other people in there: Ted DiBiase, Tito Santana, Greg Valentine, Virgil, Buddy Lane, Boris Zukov, George Scollins, what's his name's son? Yeah. Harley Race, Richard Charland, random dude, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, Dino Bravo, Lanny Poffo, and Conquistador number 1. Other matches: Boris Zukov defeated George they got him spelled wrong. Who? Skolin. It's fucking his kid, is it not?
Yeah, Arnold Skolin's son. It's Skaaland.
Yeah, well, Skolin. Okay. Harley Race defeated Richard Charland. Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart fought Jacques and Raymond Rougeau to a double DQ. Jim Duggan defeated Dino Bravo by disqualification. Lanny Poffo defeated Conquistador number 1. And Randy Savage defeated Raymond Rougeau with an inside cradle. And I remember Elizabeth being at that show, and I was like, oh, baby girl.
Yeah, that's crazy that Randy Savage was in the main event of both of our first WWF house shows, but yours was against Raymond Rougeau. Like, that is a house show dream match for me, because you don't see Raymond Rougeau against Randy Savage ever.
It was Moncton, man. It was different.
Yeah.
Let's see. I went to one in 89. That had the Bushwhackers against the Brainbusters. My story with the Bushwhackers, how they let us rub their heads. They were super cool. Always have fond memories of the Bushwhackers, as bad as they were in the ring. The Rockers defeated the Russo brothers. Rick Rude defeated the Ultimate Warrior. Beefcake defeated Valentine. Like, not a bad house show.
Yeah.
90. The main event was Warrior and Rude. My stepdad's friend thought Rude was going to win the belt in Moncton. I'm like, fucking seriously, dude. Jake Roberts, Mr. Perfect, Jim Duggan, and Akeem. Friday in 1992, the ring didn't come, so I was going to that show. The ring didn't come.
Oh, can I interrupt? That reminds me.
Yeah.
I was slated to go to an NWA show. It would have been an excellent show to see. It was summer of 1989.
90.
90, yeah. Sorry. And the main event was going to be Ric Flair and the Midnight Express against Lex Luger and the Road Warriors. Do you know how cool of a match that would have been to see live?
Well, Vince didn't allow it.
Vince didn't allow it because he sent his boys to the Lord Beaverbrook rink. Maximum capacity, what, 900?
No, I gave maybe 2,000.
Okay, well, not a big deal. But because Vince knows that there's a certain little guy that lives in St. John, he can't have him be happy.
Yeah, so
there was an ammonia leak,
yeah,
and
hilarious.
Gary Michael Capetta wrote about it in his tremendous book. What was it called again? Like Headlocks and Body Slams or something?
Something like that. So the next one, quickly, I'll be fast, but this is one we went to in 2002, where the main event, Rob Van Dam beat Tesla at 5 stars for Fall Express, and that was a shitty fucking show.
You know what that is, Scott?
What's that?
That's somebody in down south, to the neighbors to the south, the United States of America, just assuming that if somebody's from Canada, that's their hometown, and that people would, if you're Canadian, you would want to get behind.
Yeah.
You wanted to be Ray Rougeau winning a battle royal or Test in your main event. Like, it's not the same. Like, Ontario is not the same as New Brunswick.
Well, fuck no. You can't walk there. We went to one in 2004 also, where the main event was John Cena defeated Rene Dupree. And I'll say this. Last thing, if we go back to the show, Your favorite all-time house show? We'll each answer that question that you've been to.
Easily the Montreal one. I still remember the card. Jumpin' Jim Brunzell over Playboy Buddy Rose. Tito Santana and Hercules go into a 20-minute time limit draw. Ronnie Garvin beating Barbarian by disqualification. Jake the Snake Roberts pinning Bad News Brown. Demolition, Axe, and Crush beating the Hart Foundation. And this was a thing for me. For the longest time, in my mind, it was Brooklyn Brawler beating Reno Riggins. And then years later, seeing all over the internet with the results, Brooklyn Brawler beats Jose Luis Rivera. So in my mind, I thought it was Reno Riggins, but this entire time it was Jose Luis Rivera. And then finally the main event of Savage and Sherry. But I couldn't tell you the lineup top to bottom for any other house show I went to. I could tell you like some matches I remember. Like I remember back-to-back main events of Lex Luger against Crush and Lex Luger against Ludwig Borga and Lex Luger and Shawn Michaels against Yokozuna and Owen Hart. So we were like the Lex town.
My favorite house show, it's 98. I went to one in Moncton. May 98. Kurgan's there.
In Austin, right?
What's that?
That was Trips in Austin.
Well, Kurgan was there. They had him there. They played Beautiful People, like when he came out and the lights were down. The place was going fucking ballistic for him. I mean, that was the hottest crowd I've been to my life. And when Austin came out, man, that place went bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, man, May 98, people say they want about the act, but that was a hell of a house show, man. Because that crowd was hot the entire night for the entire show. And it felt like you're at TV taping. They were so loud. They were into it big time.
Oh, they were rock stars. 98, there was no time hotter. They didn't come back to St. John until it was ice cold, thanks to your boy.
Remember what we almost got? Tell the audience what we almost got in St. John. We lived here. 97.
If you're a professional wrestling fan and you don't think 97 is one of the, at minimum, top 5 years in the history of pro wrestling, like minimum. If it's under that, I won't accept your list. I think you have shit taste. But there was an angle between Canada and the U.S. Austin and Brett are the main focal points. But you had
Can I jump in here? Not to cut you off. I just want to jump in. To just tell people to keep going. People have to understand, in Canada, that was like massive. That was like big. It was a big deal. I went to bars to watch pay-per-views, and when Brett would do the Canada National Anthem, it was a heel thing. Everyone in that bar would stand up.
Yeah.
So it was massive to people in Canada. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like Brett is on record as saying, what really triggered it was the year before the summer, if you remember, when Team USA beat Team Canada in the World Cup of Hockey when Mike Richter stood on his head. And like it was almost a foregone conclusion that Canada was going to win. People thought, well, Canada's going to win, so who's going to win silver?
Yeah.
And when they didn't, all of a sudden the national pride had taken a blow. And it was just the right moment, right period of time. And it provided some of the hottest crowds in the history of wrestling. And one week we're watching Raw. We get the Canadian feed on the Sports Network, TSN. And they have, who was the guy at the time? It wouldn't have been Pettengill. He was gone.
Doc Hendricks.
Doc. Okay, yeah. Doc would do the event centers. And they announced coming soon. Not a Thursday evening house show. We're talking Monday Night Raw to Carver Station, St. John, New Brunswick. And I remember being overjoyed. I remember calling my friend Steve up right then and there. Like, did you see that? We're getting Raw. Not getting their typical shit house shows. No offense, because I know it's about house shows, but nothing ever happds. You may get the occasional tag title change in 92.
And don't forget, when we announced it, the Canada angle wasn't happening yet. They announced it either right after Mania or right before Mania. Because it was early when they announced it.
Oh, no way. I think it was later than that. I think
they announced it pretty early.
I thought it was like around
maybe May.
At least King time.
Maybe May. It was pretty. Anyway, keep going. Because the show was in August. But okay, keep going.
I thought it was July. Was it August? I thought it was July.
They're building SummerSlam. That's the one where Brett grabs a hold of Vince and starts pulling him. And Vince pulls his shirt over his head and stuff. Could you imagine if we would have got that live here in St. John?
Any Raw in 97 in Canada, and the States, but specifically Canada, the hottest crowds you ever want to hear. We could have been a part of that. And They announced that it was in St. John, New Brunswick, and instead, was it a week later or 2 weeks? Did we have like a week to think that we were getting it, or
I think it was something like that, and then they announced Halifax.
they changed it to Halifax? They pulled the rug right in from under us. They said, "We'll make it up to you."
But you know why?
That's how they make it up to us.
Don't come back for fucking 10 years.
We get a joint booked show between WWF and Grand Prix, which was basically we signed Adam Edge and Christian Russo.
Yeah.
So let's give them some place to work, and also Glenn Kolka, who was a CFL guy, and he was originally supposed to wrestle Bad News, but he was injured, and that's why they replaced him. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, it would have been huge because that was a big Raw. That was a big Raw. Like that was the one. Brett, they did the flag match with the Canada versus the U.S. Yeah. Brett grabs a hold of Vince because he finds out Sean's his referee at SummerSlam. And it's so hot. It's like, oh, man. But you know why they didn't go there? And we're going to jump back into the awards here. I say, well, this is it. The rumor was, there was two rumors. They couldn't do Pyro in Harbor Station and the scoreboard.
I heard the scoreboard. Like I just assumed it was the scoreboard because I thought we're never going to get a show because of that stupid-ass scoreboard.
Yeah, it was so big. Take the fucking thing down.
Or move it up. Like, have something that can, like, do something with it.
It would have been so great. I mean, that would have been an experience and a half, man. That would have been, like, 97 Raw. Like, don't even get me started. Anyway, let's hop. That was fun. Let's hop back into the awards.
Sure.
We're going to go to most hated wrestler for you, most overrated for me, and then I'm first. So you have to pick my most overrated wrestler.
John Cena?
It's your boy.
Oh.
Ryback wins it. And he deserves every fucking vote that he got, man. Ryback wins it with 1,028 votes. The Miz is second with 825. Garrett Bischoff, Randy Orton. Ken Anderson. I liked Anderson. I didn't mind him. Sheamus, Matt Morgan, Big Show, Rob Van Dam, and Brodus Clay. Your most hated? I'll go with CM Punk. Because he was a heel. Yeah.
CM Punk wins it.
And he's going to turn heel eventually.
Most hated wrestler of the year with 40% of the vote.
Sing your song. I got to get some water.
First runner-up is Bobby Roode with 14%. Second runner-up is Alberto Del Rio with 10%. Third runner-up is Kevin Steen with 7%. And honorable mentions totaling 29% of the vote include The Big Show, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, DOC, Vicky Guerrero, The Miz, Damian Sandow, Roderick Strong, and Dolph Ziggler.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, I'll tell you right now, that most overrated, man. Good for you, Ryback. You deserve that any year you fucking wrestled. Because he was the shits.
Wow.
Let's go back to the format. The next one is going to be Comeback Wrestler of the Year for you, and I'm going to go with Event of the Year for me. So Comeback Wrestler of the Year for you. I'm going to go with Lawler. I think they'll give it to him. Who the hell's that?
Can't see.
Oh, Jeff Hardy. What was I thinking? It's a Jeff Hardy / Sting award. That's my bad.
That's what I'm saying. You can always guess Jeff Hardy or Sting and have a good chance of winning. It's like I'm going to pick the Baltimore Orioles for having the worst record.
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
Jeff Hardy wins it with 24% of the vote. First runner-up is The Rock with 13%.
He had one match. No, he had the match against. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Second runner-up is Brock Lesnar with 11%. Third runner-up is Layla with 6%. Honorable mentions totaling 46% of the vote include Wade Barrett, Shane Douglas, Chris Jericho, Matt Hardy,
Scotty B, future Hall of Famer Scotty B,
William Regal, Alex Shelley, and
Lou Albano. Who was the last one?
BJ Whitmer.
And Lou Albano. Don't forget Lou Albano. He was there too. All right, my show of the year. What is the best major wrestling show of the year 2012?
Is it Wrestle Kingdom?
It is New Japan Kings of Wrestling, October 8th in Tokyo. And I'm going to do my best to read off the card. Now, everyone bear with me because that's not going to be pretty. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Chaos defeated Muscle Orchestra in a 6-man tag to open it. Forever Hooligans defeated Time Splitters. Low Key defeated Obishi. I can't pronounce it. Kota Obishi. KES, Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer with Taka Michinoku defeated Tenzon and Kejimoto. Oh, sweet Jesus. I cannot pronounce the next one. Okay, just look the last two up. And in the main event, Okada beat Carl Anderson. So, yeah. I mean, it's New Japan. Probably pretty good. The next one, runner-up, is Extreme Rules, Mania, New Japan Domination, Ring of Honor, Glory by Honor, All Japan, which is amusing, All Japan 2012, which is funny because I think they're doing shit. March 20th, CMLL Anniversary Show, September 14th, and UFC 146 All Heavyweight Show in Las Vegas. And that is it. Alrighty. That's that. So, yeah, New Japan was a lot. Tag Team of the Year. You can go ahead and guess mine. And that's the picture for the show of the year, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Is it the Briscoes?
Christopher Daniels and I forgot the
Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian, yeah. They win it. And let me get that out of there so I can go ahead and read off the rest of my list. They win it with 2,248 votes. Kane and Daniel Bryan come second, which is the fucking closest Kane comes to winning any fucking awards that aren't most overrated.
Yeah.
Young Bucks are third over Kane and Bryan. Before the Briscoes, Super Smash Brothers, Japanese guys, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, Charlie Haas and Shelter Benjamin. For you, I'm going to go Kane, Daniel Bryan.
It is actually Kofi Kingston and R-Truth.
Okay.
They win it with 18% of the vote. First runner-up with 17%, so it's a close one. Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. Second runner-up, Kane and Daniel Bryan with 13%. Third runner-up, Samoa Joe and Magnus with 7%. And honorable mentions totaling 45% include Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs, the Briscoe brothers, Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Hernandez, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Sin Cara, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, and Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima.
I'll go with Daniels and his partner there, Kazarian, on that one.
Yeah,
so it's going to be OWO. And then WO. All right. So the next one is Match of the Year, Andrew. So let's hear. I'm picking John Cena and The Rock was your Match of the Year.
No, and I watched this earlier today.
Oh God.
The Undertaker.
I'm sorry.
Hell in the Cell. 40 minutes. That's without intros. I did not watch their intros.
Oh fuck.
Because
that's horrible.
In the award-winning WWE Network, you can skip ahead to Triple H's entrance. You can start there. And then there's Undertaker's entrance. Actually, no, sorry. You got Shawn Michaels' entrance.
Yeah.
Triple H's entrance. Undertaker's entrance. Hell in the Cell's entrance. Because the Cell needs music too. And Scott, when I watched this match, all the things I hate about WWE were so prevalent. First of all, 3 of the 4 wrestlers that were on my Mount Rushmore of I don't like are involved in this match. And, oh my God, the commentary with the WWE isms, and Jim Ross, I don't care for Jim Ross with his.
I like him in AEW. He's not bad. He's okay. He's not like Schiavone and all them guys. He's all right once in a while.
Because I know the story is that they requested Jim Ross on commentary because originally or typically it was Michael Cole and Lawler, so they brought in Jim Ross, and I don't need to hear any more about how Undertaker is the best pure striker in the history of WWE because no. And two, this match was needlessly long. Triple H, somebody on the World Wide Web posted, who is Triple H's greatest rival? And I said his limitations. He doesn't understand that he's a 12-minute guy. He's going out there. He's got 12 minutes of material that he stretches.
Yeah,
and I don't care for sledgehammers as a weapon because it automatically shines a huge spotlight under professional wrestling that says no human being in the history of time has ever taken a sledgehammer. And we're going to inflict harm on somebody else and decided I'm going to do it by covering up the end. It takes your mind out of it. It's dumb. It's like Tigerjeet Singh using the handle of his sword.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Oh, it's a bad match. I know it's a bad match. I've seen it. It wasn't good. I didn't like it when I seen it. So.
And the dinner theater level acting from Sean and, saying, just take him out, just finish him. And it's like they know the camera's there, and all of a sudden it becomes dinner theater. They become characters, and they're talking to each other, and it's like, what? I don't like it.
They make movies, pal.
They do make movies. First runner-up was CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan with 14%. Thanks, PWI readers. I would have much rather seen it.
Yeah.
Second runner-up is Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode with 11%. Third runner-up is The Rock versus John Cena with 10%. And honorable mentions totaling 47% of the vote include Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi from February 12th, Davey Richards versus Michael Elgin from March 31st, Chris Jericho versus CM Punk from April 1st, Brock Lesnar versus John Cena from April 29th, Kevin Steen versus Davey Richards from May 12th, AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels from July 8th, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Minoru Suzuki from October 8th, James Storm versus Bobby Roode, October 14. Kana versus Ayako Hamada from October 27. And Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy from November 11th. And I'm going to guess you. Okada versus Tanahashi from February 12th.
No. Tanahashi versus Sasaki from October 8th. And fucking awesome, man. Sucks to be you, buddy. Because I'll tell you, how is Suzuki? That's how I pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
I seen him against Moxley. I wasn't really a big fan. Didn't really care for him too much. I hadn't seen any of his stuff before. I probably seen it, but man, that match is fucking killer. He is so smooth when he does shit. He gets him in an armbar.
His duck under and go behinds are so swift.
Oh man,
it's like a shoot style.
They do a spot where he's on the apron and Tanahashi's hitting him, goes for an elbow, and then just boom. Suzuki just grabs him and puts him in an armbar. And it's oh my God, that's fucking great. It was it was a fantastic match. The finish was awesome. And when Tanahashi goes for a splash, goes back up, and does the old school frog splash that our bar would do.
Now, did you watch it with Japanese commentary or US or American?
Yeah, I didn't get American commentary, which kind of sucked. I wish I could have had American commentary because it's Japanese. But I mean, it was a killer match, man. It was a real good match. And I got a real appreciation for Sasaki after that match because all I'd seen of him before was him with Moxley. It was okay, but I mean that match was just whoa, holy shit, dude! Kind of.
Well, plus that was 10 years ago too.
And it was man, it's just very.
Well, Suzuki started in '89.
I know, yeah. Very smooth, very smooth movements. Great match, good pace, awesome finish. Yeah, you can't beat it, man. You can't beat it. So you're picking Triple H and Taker as the one you like the most in that one?
Well, who are your runner-ups?
Oh, sorry. I'll get to it here. Hold on. Runner-ups is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules, which was really good. Davey Richards versus Michael Elgin. Tanahashi versus Okada from June 16th. Your favorite match of all time, Undertaker versus Triple H. Okada versus Naito from March 4th. Kenny Omega versus Obashi. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. The Rock versus John Cena. Blue Panther versus Negro. Casa. I did not say that N-word, by the way. That was a mistake. I'm not a racist person. But yeah, you got to go with Okada and Saki. I'm going to put you down for it.
I haven't seen it, so I abstain. I won't. I won't make the choice in that much. I'm sure I would prefer it, but I can't say because I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
It's really good. You should check it out, man. I know you didn't watch a lot of stuff, but it's really fucking good, man. It's a really they really kick ass. All right. Let's jump into the second last award, the Stanley Weston Award for you. Best gimmick for me. Stanley Weston. I'm going to say they're going to give it to Lawler again. Oh, no. Wait a second. Who died in 2012? Shit. I can't remember. Go ahead. I'm guessing Lawler. Guessing Lawler.
It is Bobby the Brain Heenan.
The God.
Bobby Heenan.
You ever hear what he did with his not to cut you off? What he did with his Mania payoff?
No.
Bought a house. He got $100,000 for Mania.
3?
Pardon me?
For Mania 3?
Got $100,000 for Mania 3. Supposedly bought a house, and they were just saying how Bobby was such a big heel, but this is a really great guy. You know what I mean? Like a big family man and stuff, but totally different from what he was in the ring. So yeah, he wins it. No other runner-ups.
No, never.
What's the reason for him winning it? Just because he got sick?
Well, you know how the Stanley Weston Award is pretty much like a lifetime achievement. It could it's something when you guess it, it's usually because the wrestler died, but they don't always give it to somebody that died that year because Heenan didn't die in 2012. It's just it seems pretty random. It's kind of like their Hall of Fame. Like if we were to take a look at all the people that won the Stanley Weston Award, with one notable exception, you could say it's a wrestling Hall of Fame.
Don't mind me. I'm just having some issues with my mic here. Hold on.
Oh, I'm minded. What was your award?
It's best gimmick. I'm going to do it right now. So best gimmick.
Is it Joseph Park?
You are correct, sir. Joseph Park wins it with 154 votes. Damien Sandow is second. Yep. Daniel Bryan, yes, no, is third. Okada, Rainmakers, CM Punk, all-year champion. Ryback, why the fuck he got in there? I have no idea. Team Hell No, Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, and Bully Ray. Okay. Whatever, that doesn't make any sense to me, but... All right, last award. Wrestler of the Year.
I'm going to guess Tanahashi for you.
You are correct, sir. Tanahashi wins it with 3,328 votes. CM Punk is second. Okada's third. John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, CIMA, Sheamus, and The Rock. And for you, I'm going to guess CM Punk.
Back to back, baby.
There you
CM Punk wins Wrestler of the Year for 2012, according to the PWI readers, with 47% of the vote. First runner-up, Sheamus, with 16%.
Ooh, gross.
Second runner-up, Austin Aries, with 13%. Third runner-up, John Cena, with 8%. Honorable mentions totaling 16% include Daniel Bryan, Michael Elgin, Randy Orton, The Rock, Bobby Roode, Ryback, Kevin Steen, and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
There you go. All right. We're going to get you to do it in memoriam, Mr.
Andrew. Wait, who's your pick there?
I'll pick Punk. I picked Punk for that.
Yeah, me as well.
All right, so let's go. I'm going to go over the rundown. Andrew, you went 3-2 for PWI. I went 4-1 for Wrestling Observer.
Yeah, I was going to read your results, but you got them both.
Yeah, well, that's how I roll, brother.
Yeah.
I like to jump in front of people. I like to cut people off when I'm driving, even though I don't have my license yet. But I'll get it soon, kids. I got a car out there, do a little driving. My fat ass can actually go through drive-thrus and I have to keep ordering DoorDash. All right, so in memoriam for you, and I'm going to jump into secondary awards when you're done. And then we'll do some hyping. We'll do some hyping at the end.
So here are the wrestling personalities that we lost in the year 2012. They include Ace Alcard, Adorable Ruby, Brad Armstrong, Jack Barnes, Red Bastine, Daniel Bilski, Buddy Bison, Joe Blanchard, Chad Bonvillain, Richard Byrne, Brain Damage, Kitty Burke.
Brain damage, really? That's a fucking weird name for
I
someone who
have
died.
a feeling it's a luchador.
Okay.
Richard Byrne, Chotu, Rita Cortez, David Deaton, Buddy Diamond, Johnny Diamond, Joseph Bob Elliott, Don Fields, Doug Furness, Gorgeous George Jr., Mike Graham, Doug Hansen, Laddie Polek, Bobby Jaggers, Alex Karras, Louis Langley, Massacre, Dwayne McCullough, Sonny Myers, Bill Mills, Bernard Morin, MS1, Stan Pulaski, Michael Rhodes, AJ Riot, Buddy Roberts, Rob G. Rock, Goldie Rogers, Mike Rykoff, Savannah Jack, Hans Schmidt, Dara Singh, Del Skinner, Arwen Stoke, Chief J. Strongbow, Porter Tyndale, Don Travis, Tommy Weathers, and Dick Worley.
Mike Graham, I think, was the biggest one. That's not really, yeah.
Yeah, I can see a case for Mike Graham or Chief J or even Buddy Roberts being associated with the Freebirds.
True.
It was a light year as far as superstars, but I mean, we're not in the 80s anymore. The in memoriams are going to take a while.
Oh, yeah. All right. You got any more awards before we move on?
No.
All right. So, my most sustained wrestler for Wrestling Observer.
Is it Tanahashi?
It is Okada's second, Daniel Bryan's third. Biggest box office draw.
Is it Ronda Rousey?
The Rock. Best on interviews.
Paul Heyman?
CM Punk. It's funny when I was doing this, like, did I copy this fucking 2011? It's the exact same things. Most charismatic.
The Rock?
The Rock. Best technical wrestler.
Daniel Bryan?
That's correct. Best brawler.
Suzuki?
Kevin Steen. Best flying wrestler.
Ricochet?
Ibushi. Ricochet second. Promotion of the year.
New Japan?
That's right, baby. It's always New Japan. UFC second, WWE's third. Best weekly TV show.
New Japan?
No, this is really weird, man. TNA Impact.
Oh, wow. You know, Scott, 2012, TNA wasn't bad. And the Joseph Park stuff was riveting because it harkened back to an era where the fans believed, but with the more modern twist on it, they're in on it. They're prepared to play along that this isn't actually Abyss. This is his brother, and don't push him around. He's just a fan, and it was fun.
Okay. Ring of Honor second, NXT's third. Best television announcer.
Jim Ross?
Jim Ross. Nigel McGuinness is second, William Regal's third. Worst television announcer.
Michael Cole?
That's correct. Taz second, Booker T third. Worst major wrestling show.
Was it Slammiversary?
UFC 149. It's not pro wrestling, but that's supposedly wrestling now. Extreme Reunion second, No Way Out is third. Best wrestling maneuver.
Is it that splash by Ricochet again?
Okada Rainmaker.
Oh,
Worst television show.
is it Monday Night Raw?
Raw. TNA Impact second, but it won show of the year. That's fucking weird.
That is weird.
Worst match of the year.
Did the women have like a a really condensed match.
It's not a women's match.
Oh, Orton and Kane.
John Cena and John Laurinaitis.
Oh,
Worst feud of the year.
Is it Cena and Laurinaitis?
Cena and Kane. Worst promotion.
Is it World Wrestling Entertainment?
TNA. Best booker.
Data?
Yeah. Promoter of the year.
Dana White?
That's correct. Worst gimmick.
2012 worst gimmick. Oh man,
That was a lot.
I'm just gonna say Kane.
Aces and eights.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And last two. Pro wrestling book. Best pro wrestling book. No, Jericho doesn't have a book this year.
Okay. Was it Heels?
Shooters.
Shooters, right? Yeah, I have that.
What is that literally about shooters? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like people in wrestling that are shooters. It starts like pretty in depth as far as like talking about the Carney days and then like Luthez and
Yeah.
Danny Hodge. So on.
Best pro wrestling DVD.
Is it Punks?
It is correct. Punks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 2012. And fuck 2012 because it was garbage. Don't forget everybody because you're at the point. You're not at this point in the show. Nobody is ever at this point in the show where they're still here.
This is you talking to me. This is like a phone call.
Yeah.
It's a phone, this is our video calls. We don't FaceTime. We do this.
Shooting the shiz in our boy there, Will. I mean, yeah, they might be listening. We want to put a shout out to them again, man. Talk about that, man. $10 or was it like $5? Is it 5 or 10? I think it's 10.
I don't think it's
Patreon.
10.
5. Man, you get old shoot interviews, man. Do it up. Austin, Owen, it's good stuff, and you get to hear us. Lots of things. They got a ton of stuff over there, man. It's good shit.
Yep.
Make sure to subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Comment below.
And also, if anybody who's watching, and God knows you're not watching.
You're not watching.
Okay, if there is anybody watching.
If somebody like skipped through to the end and you got to this part, this is where we're at.
That's possible.
Yeah.
I'm putting out a call. If you have 1981, 1982, or 1983 Pro Wrestling Illustrated year-end award issues, get into our comments section. Say, here, I have it. Let's work out some sort of arrangement. I would do some trades.
He'll do trades that we can't talk about on YouTube either.
Can't even talk about it. Let's just say you will be richly rewarded if you crawl into our DMs. If you have 81, 82, 83, the other years, I'll get them. Don't worry. But those particular ones are tough. Did you go uptown today, or was it tomorrow that you're going to be going?
I did. Went in, nothing there.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. Went in, made short. Nope. Boom, nothing there. So nice if they call me or something, get in there, but they're not going to do that because fuck. I had all them magazines, but they definitely weren't in the old ones. I know for a fact they weren't. So, all right, everybody, make sure again subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. We thank you for watching another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. We'll see you again next time.
Good luck, everyone.
Beautiful plaque.
Okay, the first one is Billy Jack. Billy Jack was voted by all you fans all over the world as the most improved wrestler of the year, and I'd like to give him the plaque right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who received over 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes as the most popular wrestler of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the plaque, and now here's the man who won it by your choice, the former World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.